Alrighty, Yugimoto taking on Seto Kaiba in the Battle City season match. It is a replay of their anime duel that they had in the semi-finals that is being played within my season mode. Servant of Endymion. I have never heard of that card before. I would have seen it at some point, as I have collected all the cards on this game, but with over 10,000 cards, that's a lot of cards to remember. So Yugi taking on Seto Kaiba, and this match promises on paper to be good, but you never know with Yugi in his Battle City deck. In the anime, sure, he was good, and the Egyptian god cards were a lot stronger in the anime. But they don't have their anime drawing power. They are determined by RNG and luck on this Yu-Gi-Oh game, which gives it a lot more of an authenticity feel. X-Head Cannon has been put down from Kaiba, and Yugi, he's got King's Knight, and what he could do is, if King's Knight gets destroyed, he could play Monster Reborn and then bring out Summon Skull. So Summon Skull is a good card to draw on your first turn. It is only 6 stars, so only requires 1 tribute. And oh wow, Kaiba's got Y Dragon Head, so he will be able to bring forth his XY Dragon Cannon, if I remember its name right. There's 3 different types of fusions on them, and then you can fuse a few of them together as well. There's lots of fusions with these XYZ Dragon monsters. They are very cool cards. I liked having them. I still have them. They're in my shoebox up on where I keep all my old cards, in an Adidas shoebox. Alright, King's Knight is destroyed, but Yugi will be able to counterplay with the Monster Reborn here. There's Mystical Elf. Alright, Yugi now goes with Monster Reborn, brings back the King's Knight, and he will be able to tribute this for Summon Skull. I wonder what that face down card is from Kaiba. Is there anything that could help him? And there we see Summon Skull has come to the field, 2,500. And oh, interesting from Kaiba, Interdimensional Matter Transporter. So that will remove his monster from play until the end phase. So he's elected to protect his 2,200 attacking fusion in exchange for 2,500 life points. So back it comes. So Kaiba must have some counterplay in his hand. And he's gone with a face down spell or trap, and Sagi the Dark Clown in attack mode. That only means one thing. Kaiba must be going for Crush card. Yugi has drawn, and there it is, my word. Kaiba has just played Crush card. So that will get rid of Summon Skull, and he'll be able to look through Yugi's hand as well. Yugi elects not to destroy the monsters in his deck. Now, hilariously, Yugi does have Kuribo and Multiply, and we have seen this move played on Kaiba before. In the anime, Kaiba just cannot escape the hairballs. The exploding Kuribo, and there's going to be 5 of them that are now in defense mode, these Kuribo tokens, or hairballs as Kaiba describes them as. This will be deja vu, this will be a nightmare relived for Kaiba, as he is being overtaken by Kuribo tokens. So a little bit of work for Kaiba to do to get all that off of the field. Yugi, though, he doesn't have much counterplay in his hand, only a Mystical Elf and a De-Spell. There's the effect of Thunder Dragon that's just been added, and he's pulled 2 of them from his deck. So if Kaiba has a Polymerization, he will fuse the legendary one itself of Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, but it looks like he's just played Grappler, so it doesn't look like Kaiba's got a Polymerization. Alright, there goes Kuribo token, and followed by another Kuribo token. So, fortunately for Kaiba in the real card game, he can destroy the Kuribos that have multiplied. 2 more don't take its place for each one he destroys. as it did in his duels with Yugi. Down goes Magical Cylinder as well, so Kaiba is getting a bit low on life points. And he's likely going to attack, and Yugi's going to use that on the 2200. So another face down from Kaiba. Grappler goes for the first attack. And now, here it comes, 2200, and Yugi is going to flip up Magic Cylinder. Kaiba's going to take 2200 points of damage. He's down to 3300. Yugi is still at 8000, despite Kaiba doing all of the attacking. And this is scary for Kaiba. He's getting a little bit low on points, but Yugi's still with the field. 8,000 points. There's Obnoxious Celtic Guard, which won't be able to be destroyed by battle by anything over 1900, which most of Kaiba's monsters are. So Yugi, he looks like he's going to go and try and get Grappler off the field. He's got plenty of points to spare. And, oh, Ring of Destruction. Kaiba not taking any chances. That's a bit reckless from Kaiba. He's flipped up Ring of Destruction, so both players take 1400 points of damage. Unknowing to Kaiba, he doesn't know what's in Yugi's hand, but it was actually a very good move. Kaiba, he must have some counterplay again in his hand to be that confident to flush another 1400 points. Okay, straight to the battle phase. You know what? Kaiba is very lucky that Mystical Elf isn't a big shield gardener. Which is a card that is in Yugi's deck. Oh, Valkyrion. Bad draw. Heart of the cards not with Yugi in this one. Although Valkyrion, very strong monster if you can get it to the field. Very difficult to summon, mind you, but it is a very good card. It's 30, is it 3850? I think it's 3500, 3850, isn't it? Valkyrion. Alright, 2200 off Yugi. He's down to 4400, so Kaiba's starting to catch up, and Yugi, only with Valkyrion the Magna Warrior in his hand. Oh, that is rubbish. Diffusion Wave Motion, and that is going to do it for Yugi. He's going to lose 3500, so as long as Kaiba plays something with 1400 or more, that'll be it for Yugi. And, oh, Polymerization. We know where this is going. We know that Kaiba does have 2 Thunder Dragons in his hand from the effect before, and this will do it for Yugi. He is going to get slapped by Kaiba in the first match. Hard-hitting match. Kaiba mostly self-inflicted life point damage. In fact, I think it's all self-inflicted life point damage, but this is going to be it for Yugi. So Kaiba, the 2 fusions, a twin-headed Thunder Dragon, and now XY Dragon Cannon finishes off Yugi, and Kaiba will take a 1-0 lead. So Kaiba would be very pleased with himself after that first performance. It was quite a strong one too. Alright, speaking of, we do see Rebecca's deck popping up there. There will be a Rebecca deck after this one. A Rebecca duel, sorry. She'll be taking on My Valentine to take a nod to when Joey played her. So it'll be My Valentine. And then I think after that, is it Rex Raptor? Okay. And Kaiba's got a Thunder Dragon again. He's got Kaiser's Seahorse. And he has got a Blue Eyes in his hand. Kaiser's Seahorse can be 2 tributes for a light monster. He's got a Flute of Summoning Dragon as well. That's actually a very good starting hand for Kaiba. If he can keep Kaiser's Seahorse on the field for at least 1 turn, he will get a Blue Eyes on his next play. And Beta the Magnet Warrior. Oh, look at that. Yugi is taking no chances with Kaiser's Seahorse. He's elected to attack and get it off the field. And probably a good idea, because you don't want Kaiba summoning a Blue Eyes. There's another Thunder Dragon. So Kaiba does have... Oh, Yugi plays Light Force Sword. What does he hit? Oh, he's hit the Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's random. But Kaiba now is without that Blue Eyes in his hand. He's played Lo Jin, and he will get a free shot here. So Yugi down to 6,200. Yugi has to win this one as well. It doesn't look like he's off to a fantastic start. Alright, face down defense. And to his end phase. Yugi, even though he is the protagonist and his deck always wins in the anime, in reality, Yugi's Battle City deck isn't actually that good. So I would be surprised if Yugi got into the top 4 at the end of the season. I reckon he is very much mid-tier. Alright, Lo Jin goes for an attack, and it is the giant Soldier of Stone. So Yugi protected for the time being, but he needs some counterplay quick. He doesn't... Oh, here we go, there's a tribute, and it is... Oh, the Dark Magician Girl. She will get her own little scene as she is summoned. But at a 2,000 attack... Now, if you Yugi... You want to get that Z metal tank off of the field. Alright, to the battle phase, and good. Target Z metal tank. You don't want that fusing if Kaiba gets a lucky draw. Lo Jin also, though, does have some effects of his own, but well, he does have some cards that can complement him. Is what I mean. Kaiba throws a Thunder Dragon to the graveyard to get one out of his deck. He's just drawn Crush card, and he's out of plays here. He sends Lo Jin to defense, and Yugi looks like he's got the advantage here. Kaiba's got a bad hand, and straight at the battle phase for Yugi, so he hasn't been able to play anything else down to start attacking away at Kaiba's life points. Shrink. It's a good card, but it doesn't help in this situation. Kaiba really needs a polymerization. And he gets his Blue Eyes back that that Light Force Sword took from his hand a few turns back. He could draw a Lord of D. He could draw... Even Monster Reborn would help him at this point, because Giant Soldier of Stone could defend. But 3,400 points about to come off Kaiba's total here. He needs a polymerization, he needs a Lord of D. He could even draw a Battle Ox or a Vorcerator and use Shrink on Dark Magician Girl. And, oh, he's just drawn another Blue Eyes. Oh, that is shocking from Kaiba. But unfortunately, this is what happens in real-world Yu-Gi-Oh! When you play against the AI, they usually draw the cards. They have a certain RNG program so that they always draw cards they can function and attack you with. In the real world, that's not the case. The deck is randomized, and this can happen. And, oh, Summon Skull in exchange for the obnoxious Celtic Guard, and that is going to be it. Kaiba is going to be out of points. So we've seen two very quick duels, very hard hitting. Neither player looking to give each other an inch, going straight after the attacks, and Yugi picks up match number 2, so we are at 1-1. And we will go for a tie break between Kaiba and Yugi. Okay, we'll go from Yugi's perspective in this one. Swift Samurai Storm. Sorry, I was trying to read that card and got all the syllables wrong. The 6 Samurai deck, or the 6 Samurai archetype, is one of the coolest archetypes around. I had the structure decks, the very early ones, and the zombie one I found was the best. That one was the one that won the most games when me and my friends would duel between them. Alright, let's try. Alright, we've pulled Yugi and Kaiba back into the lobby. You might have seen a little bit of a cut there. We in the studio, we aren't camels, we are humans. We do need to take a piss break every now and then. So, alright, Yugi wins rock, paper, scissors, and elects to go first. That's what Pepsi Max does, man. It goes straight through you. Alright, Yugi. That's an okay starting hand. Upstart Goblin was put in to take the place of Pot of Greed, because Pot of Greed is a banned card. Why make cards and then ban them? Well, I mean, Pot of Greed would be in every single deck, but... Alright, Big Shield Gardener is on the field. 2600 defense. And Kaiba was gifted 1,000 points from Upstart Goblin. There's Kaiser's Seahorse again. Will it work for him this time? It didn't work for him in the last duel. He's gone for an attack though. That will put... Okay, no, Yugi's decided to leave Big Shield Gardener concealed. 1,700 points come off Kaiba's total. Yugi though, Kaiser's Seahorse is a great starting card. Oh, there's Jack's Knight. That is a clutch draw. Because if Kaiba keeps that Kaiser's Seahorse on the field, very, very dangerous because he can get Blue Eyes to the field very easily. But Jack's Knight is on the field. It's 1900 attack. Alright, Kaiba down to 7100 and Yugi off to an encouraging start if you're on Yugi's side, that is. Which, for me personally, I would prefer Kaiba to win. And the effect of Thunder Dragon is activated. So 2 of them are pulled out of Kaiba's deck. And Monster Reborn, so... Ooh, Kaiser Seahorse, so Kaiba would have to have a Blue Eyes in his hand if he's gone for a Monster Reborn like that. Alright, and Kaiser Seahorse is tributed, so... Yep, there it is. The legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon has come to the field and Yugi is in a heap of trouble. The thing is, with Yugi and Kaiba's Battle City decks, they are designed to attack. They are not here for a long duel. They are here to get the job done, and that is exactly the style of match that we are seeing. Unfortunately, we may not see any Egyptian God cards. I was hoping we would have seen at least one of them, but I don't think either one of them have even had them in their hand. But the Egyptian God cards, while they had their godlike power in the anime, in the real card game, they are actually quite useless. Oh, well, they're not useless, but they're not as strong. They're still powerful, but they are vulnerable to trap and magic cards. As Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts, is destroyed, and Blue Eyes gets a direct attack, and Yugi is in all sorts. He needs Swords of Revealing Light. Instead, he gets Light Force Sword. And this duel could be over within just a few turns. It is still at 1-1, but if you're looking at the fields right now, you're definitely on Kaiba's side. Alright, Light Force Sword sends a card from Kaiba's hand to out of play, and that will be for 4 turns. Battle Ox goes for the attack again. It's Axe Slam attack, and doesn't get through Gamma the Magnet Warrior, so Yugi's managed to buy himself another turn while maintaining 3,900 life points. And it's Beta the Magnet Warrior. I tell you what, Yugi has been... He's getting absolutely blown away. He has not had the heart of cards. The heart of the cards have not been on Yugi's side for this. He hasn't drawn particularly good hands. It wasn't a bad match. It was very hard hitting and very fast, but it just kind of feels a little anticlimactic for the 2 names that have gone up against each other in this one. But the Blue Eyes White Dragon has just... And there's Queen's Knight. Yugi has got nothing left. He is going to lose on the next turn. Well, it's an anticlimactic somewhat sort of duel. It looks like they... Did all 3 duels go for 12 turns exactly? That could have well been... I remember seeing 12 turns. I think that might have been what almost all the duels went for. So they weren't long duels, but they were very, 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 very hard in attacking, and it's all over for Yugi now. Blue Eyes removes the defense. Mystic Horseman and Battle Ox, unfused. We're yet to see Rabbit Horseman in any tournament, but there it is. Yugi is beaten. Out of the 2 decks, Kaiba's has a lot more attacking options and can get them to the field a lot faster. The Yugi Battle City deck is actually pretty average, but that's how it happened in reality. Kaiba has defeated Yugi at the start of round 7 out of 15 in this, so Kaiba picks up the win. The next match is Mai versus Seeker, and Mai is yet to lose, so can Mai avoid Exodia? Seeker, on the other hand, he hasn't won. He's only won twice and lost 4. So, in theory, you should think that Mai should be able to win that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start this Rebecca match so I can get that one up for all of you to see. It will be Rebecca going against Mai as well. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for leaving all the comments as well. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.